Welcome to the IT Shed. In this video we're going to look at CS50's Introduction to Programming Python, Problem Set 0, Indoor Voice. This assignment wants us to create a file called indoor.py and implement a program in Python that prompts the user for an input and then outputs the same in lowercase. Punctuations and white spaces should be left unchanged, and we're welcome but not required to prompt the user explicitly passing in our own string. So let's have a look. So hello world is typed in uppercase and it is outputted in lowercase. So simple enough. So we'll test our code a bit and we will submit it then to CS50 for checking. Okay, let's begin. So this is going to be a relatively short program. What we're going to do is we're going to take input from the user, store it in a variable, convert it to lowercase, and then print it to the screen to the user. So what are variables? A variable is like a container. It could store different types of objects like strings or integers or floats. Now integers and floats are just numbers, so that's an integer, number 4. A float would be a decimal point, so 4.5 would be a float. A string is something written with, it's just a string of text written with inverted commas. This is a string. So that's a string here with inverted commas. So I'm just going to store that in a variable. I'm going to call the variable voice. And I'm going to print. Now print is a function in Python. It just put our argument in here between the parameters. So in this case we're going to put in our variable voice, which contains the string. This is a string. Put that in here. And if I run that, you see here, this is a string. So if I change that, this is another string. Run it again. You see, it's changed the variable. So the variable is just a container and it's containing the string. And that can be changed, be updated. So what we need to do is take input from a user. So input is just a built-in Python function. And we put inverted commas in here just as parameter. So that gives a blank screen to the user. So if you print, if I was to run this again, it's just blank screen here. So if I type something in, it's printed out here, hi. But I wasn't aware I was to type something here, so what we do is, in here we put a string of text. Basically saying enter your text. So if I clear that and run it again, you see here, enter your text. So hi. So it's printed here, hi, my name is Paul. So what the assignment asks us to do is to make it lowercase. And so far we have, but if I was to type in here, if I was to run the program again, and if I was to type it in caps, now it's printed in caps. But the program wants us to print it in lowercase. So for that we're going to use a method in Python called .lower. So this method returns a string where all characters are in lowercase. Now there's also .upper and .title, which will do the opposite. So .upper will return a string where all characters are in uppercase, and then title is where all characters begin with a capital letter. So what we could do here is convert voice is assigned to voice.lower. Now if I was to run that again and use capital letters, so when I press enter, you see that I entered in capital letters, but the program's after converting it to lower letters. Now if I was to change this title run the program again. You see here, the first letter in each word is capitalized. But that's not what we're asked to do. We're asked to do it a lot lower. Now if I want to make this program just a little bit shorter, I just do that lower here and get rid of this line. So in effect we have 2-line code which converts our text to lowercase. So that's it. That's it in a nutshell. We have our variable here called voice. We have our input function. We have our string contained within our input function. We have our lower function. And we have our print function. And that print function contains voice, which is again the variable here containing the string that the user inputs. And we're printing it to the screen. Okay, let's just check this with CS50 and see if it's working. So there we have it, all greens. So thank you for joining me in this video, and hopefully I will see you in the next one.